Hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm obviously the guy who invented the latex drink by Michael Mandel. So,
I thought you were wearing latex.
well, underneath, yes,
Like
because
always.
yes, I stay healthy.
No wonder you're sweating.
When you, yeah, I can see why. See, when you press the button, the only thing you do on the computer when you're in a supermarket is you use your finger. So I'm thinking of a line of prophylactic fingers that you just put around your finger.
They have those small things. I've seen
I bet they do. You could cut off gloves and wear them. And then you can chew them. They're chewable and tasty. You wanted to complain about something. We should always start with the complaint, and then we'll do the drink.
Well, yeah, I'll call it a pet peeve. There's a new brand that's made it out to this part of the country. They have spaghetti sauce. They have frozen selections. The sauce is pretty good for a jarred sauce. Now they have frozen selections. Rouse,
Closer there.
or Raos, as some say it. This was a chicken parmesan I got from the frozen selection aisle. I think I got it at Natural Grocers.
Yeah.
And it says you can either heat it up in the microwave or in the oven at 400 degrees. I chose to use the oven.
Well,
Toaster
actually,
oven.
you chose both methods.
I did. I gave
You
it a
chose
kickstart in the
both
microwave
methods.
oven
Yeah.
for about a minute and a half. Then I put it in the toaster oven for about 3-4 minutes. It's only supposed to be in there for 5 minutes total, so I thought, well, it evens out. It comes in a plastic little tray, though. And I started smelling something. I opened up the toaster oven, and the plastic tray that the food's sitting in is melting down. And, melted plastic, burnt plastic, really smells awful. So it filled the kitchen with acrid stench. I had to get it out of there. And
Well, that's what you told Alice.
and eat around. She didn't know. And eat around the melty
Well, now she
part.
does.
And hope I didn't get
Eat
plastic.
around the melted part.
Well, I took it out of the plastic
Oh,
tray.
okay.
And there was barely enough for two people.
So
we
this
just wanted to
is
snack.
chicken parmesan. Did you give Alice some?
Yes, we both enjoyed it.
Well, that's good.
Comes on a bed of spaghetti and sauce.
My theory, which I'm good at making theories, is when you put it in the microwave, that softened but would not have burnt. How much time were you supposed to put it in the microwave? 2 minutes? 2.5?
Yeah, let's
You
see.
can't even read.
Oh, let's see.
2 minutes. What? Minute and a half? It's a small package, man.
Cook on high for 5 minutes
What?
in the microwave.
Oh my.
Bake 35 to 40 minutes in the oven.
So you did it. That's weird. So you did it way less than the microwave and way less than the oven, and still it melted. The
still
only
melted.
possible thing was that the microwave was melting the plastic, and I don't know.
So I don't know, but they heard from me, brother.
You should. Oh yes. So
But the food's good.
he'll
Just
be
be
getting
careful. Just be careful when you cook it.
use the ingredients. So we're going to make whatever the latex drink is. It's something that the idea for it got started from this person, Desiree at Landmark Realty, when I was talking about. Remember, I used to do creme de violette in the aviation drink.
Yes.
And she said, "You use violet. Do you ever use lavender?" And I said, "Well, no, I don't." So I bought this lavender simple syrup. Couldn't figure out what to use it with. Then I was talking to somebody from the temple, Cheryl, and she said, "Well, maybe I should try something." So I made up a drink.
So you made this up, Michael.
I made this up. In fact, this past week, my wife was trying to stay away from drinking anything made out of wheat. The admonition of Passover is you can't have leavened bread.
You have to be-
but you can drink. You can have wheat.
You can be gluten-free, right?
No, it has nothing like that. You can have wheat. They make gluten-free matzah. The whole idea is you're not supposed to have leavened bread for Passover. So some people think you shouldn't have wheat. And so in that case, most gins are made out of wheat, but it's pretty much grain neutral alcohol. Everybody thinks that vodka is made out of potatoes. It is not true.
You have to look very hard to find potato vodka.
85% of vodka is made from something other than potatoes.
It's grain alcohol.
Yeah.
Just like gin.
Yes, but anyway, this is not a grain alcohol. This is an alcohol made out of Malbec grapes from Argentina. It's called Primo, and since you can drink grapes, we're doing that. So we're going to do half
You don't think it's mixed
vodka.
with grain alcohol?
No, no. You can ferment grapes. That's how you make cognac. You
That's
ferment
called
grapes.
wine.
Well, that's when you ferment grapes, you get wine. But if you distill grapes, you get grain alcohol.
Okay. Grain.
Ciroc is made out of grapes. It's a French one, out of grapes. Some people think Grey Goose is made out of grapes, but it's actually wheat. I checked.
Oh, well, see, being an alcoholic beverage, they don't have to put the ingredients like
They don't have
food
to,
does.
but they kind of do.
Some do if they're proud of their weird ingredients.
So the idea is, since we didn't have gin, we wanted something flavorful.
Yeah.
Vodka theoretically doesn't have flavor, but it actually does. So I'm using tequila. Alto's tequila actually got, according to their thing, they got 96 points. It's a really good tequila, and it's at Walmart, and I use it for other stuff. So we're splitting it, the difference half there, and we're doing a little bit of the lavender, because a little bit of lavender goes a long way.
I'm sure it does. It's very sweet.
I'll do a 1/4 ounce of the lavender, and as a balance, Cointreau. Cointreau goes with everything.
Now you got two
I told
sweet
Cheryl did it
aperitifs.
with her drink with Grand Marnier, which is a little heavier.
Well,
so I'm doing a
Cointreau goes with the tequila, of course, if you're going to have
does.
a margarita.
And what else goes with tequila?
Lime.
There you go. Lime right here. If I can squeeze it. Oh yeah, there it goes.
Strong enough?
I'm losing my grip. You don't need much. The peel of the lime is my glove. It works that way. Okay, so we're going to try it this way. We've never tried it at all. Well, I tried it with Barb at home.
Well, yes, but
And then Cheryl Decker tried it.
Yes, but every time you make it, it's different.
It is, and I did make it differently. If it doesn't work this way, we add maraschino liqueur, which saves everything. So.
Yes. And once again, Michael and I are sitting with the glass partition.
We have the partition. So to get each other infected, we have to share a drink.
We're just keeping the Las Cruces studios as safe as possible.
We don't let anybody in here except us.
So that's why.
Wait a second. Are we live now?
Semi-live.
Where are we live? I don't know. Here. You
Okay.
get to try it first, because.
I'll try it
Don't
same
move,
time you do.
Don't move it. We'll just try it together. We'll get the sort of even.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of water in here because it's pretty hot in this room.
We are
Apparently
under the
I've been
lights,
sweating.
folks.
We're trying to get this to have a brighter look.
This is a regular TV studio. We are under hot lights.
Cheers.
It's a warm day. It was 80 degrees today.
Really? Feels like it in here.
We're recording this on a Thursday afternoon, folks, by the way. Even though you're watching us on a Saturday. If you're watching us at 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning,
What's going to happen after this? Nothing.
I think Meyer Stahl follows us,
Does he?
If you're watching us tonight at 8:30, or if you're watching it now and want to
Saturday.
see us at 8:30 tonight, we'll be followed by the brand new Sam Stickler show.
And Sam Stickler was on a show about 4 weeks ago with you, right? What do you think? What do you think?
Stickler filled in for you.
What do you think?
This is not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's mild.
Yeah, luckily there's tequila in it.
Yeah, too bad there's melted ice in there. I guess we waited too long.
Oh, cool. You wanted more Cointreau.
Yeah, I think I went to more Cointreau. I always like Cointreau. Okay, we got to keep going here.
Yeah. Hey,
So try this at home. Try mixing tequila and vodka.
we have a primary election coming up in June, and it looks like we're going to all be voting by mail. Now, there's efforts afoot to
So we're going to
prevent that.
We're voting primarily by mail because it's a primary.
Yes.
So,
and primarily, now people don't want us to vote some people don't want us to vote by mail because they think it might cost them the election.
Well, that's what people think by mail, even if it's not a primary.
Yeah. So because it may not be safe for people to line up at the polling places and vote in person, June, who knows? It may not be safe yet.
Well, if you line up 6 people apart and you're going in the library, for instance, you're going to be out by the police station stopping cars.
Well, yes, or if you go to the school, school probably won't be in session. if it's too dangerous to vote, it's too dangerous for school to be in session, and it's not in session in June anyway. But
Well, you really solve that problem like that.
Yes.
That's,
So one way to vote, it's tricky. If you ask for it, you might not get a ballot in the mail that they would have to send to you for you to then vote and return it. So one way of getting around that is to ask for an absentee ballot. Then they will, I guess you have
Send
to
you
call
one.
them up and ask them because
No, you-
their office is closed.
well, you probably just text them or something.
Or
Send
email
them.
them, say, please
They
send me
will
an
send
absentee
out a
ballot.
way to-
Then you get an absentee ballot. That way, you're assured to get one, hopefully.
I think maybe they could do it by Zoom. Everybody dials into Zoom and they see your face and they check it with your ID.
They never care. They don't know what you look like.
No, they don't. But they do care that you know your address.
I
So,
vote as Gloria every time, every 4 years.
is that your Democratic name or your Republican name? Or your independent name?
Yes.
All three. So vote no matter what. We still have a government, believe it or not. And one
Same.
of the things is that we're at this point where we were at during the Great Depression, when we had Herbert Hoover, who didn't do anything to help the country get back on its feet, and then FDR came about with these social programs where he actually
Yes.
put people back to work. You know, for all we know, maybe every mom and pop restaurant here, the Mexican ones, which are great, and that's one of the good things about living here, are those restaurants. Maybe the government will have to fund the people who used to run them and pay off their old rent.
Well,
Who
they haven't
knows?
been evicted. Yeah, it's.
Well,
I think we're going to lose a lot of businesses in this town, Michael. This is the poorest county in the nation.
that's why we don't need that much money to live here. So maybe it'll work. I don't know. We'll see.
don't know.
But
People-
if the government helps, and the government sent out checks apparently this week.
Yeah, Alice got hers this week.
My friend got his.
You haven't received yours yet?
Oh, I might not get one.
You know, the ones who are getting theirs by mail will have to wait because Trump halted it because he wanted to have his signature on it. I think as a campaign ploy, people will see
Say,
his
"Oh,
signature
look."
on their check that's going to get there right before the election, probably.
And one of the things about his signature is you have no idea what it is. It's pretty much just a bumpy thing.
They'll say Donald J. Trump underneath.
So they had to take all those checks, throw them through the printer again, so his name would be on them.
Or
Well, he doesn't
his
care
signature.
about how quickly you get your check. He just cares that you know that he sent them.
Yeah, silly, huh? I think it's about time for us to take a break.
Has it been 5 minutes? No, we got a minute? You got another minute, so we can keep going.
Well-
you want to talk about stimulation?
Well, you know, the
I thought you want to talk about stimulation.
stimulation.
You got a stimulus check. You want to put a check on your stimulation,
I
right?
probably won't get a stimulus check.
I know.
I just assume I won't be getting one. I don't know why they'd miss me, but they will.
Did you file taxes last year?
No, but this year,
Did you file them already?
yeah, they're in
What
there.
day did you file them?
2 weeks ago.
It's a little early for them to have processed it. We'll
Most
see.
people don't do it by mail. I sent mine in by mail.
Wow. No, I don't think most people do, because once they get them, the guy has to sit by his lounge chair, open up the mail, read your income tax thing, then check all the numbers by hand with a calculator, and then you'll get it back.
Yeah, well, at least this way nobody can steal it off the internet.
No,
So-
they just steal the mail.
So now
Who
we'll take a
cares
break.
about your income tax?
So then we'll take a break,
we
and
can
when we
take a
come
break
back,
and finish up this drink, maybe.
we'll have a different version when we get back, right here on Double Tap. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, I'm Sam Stickler, and I'm here in the Las Cruces studios getting ready for my new show this week. And I have my sidekick, Scott, and he'll be joining me as we welcome some wonderful guests onto our show. We have some awesome singers, dancers, and entertainers, and you can check out right here on Facebook to see every Saturday night when our show's going to be airing. We'll be letting you know our times and dates real soon.
you found us on Channel 98. Keep watching because we have so much in store for you. We want to grow together. Your channel, local and real.
If we want to improve America's healthcare system, let's start by improving the health of Americans. Despite the best doctors, hospitals, and medical advancements, Americans are not as healthy as they should be. We spend too much on treatment and not enough on wellness and prevention. We need a system based on primary care. When patients have a medical home and a long-term relationship with a doctor, the result is a longer, healthier life and reduced medical costs for everyone. Let's make America a place where health is primary.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here. Horizon Granite is here. We'll come to you to customize your kitchen and bathroom with beautiful countertops and cabinets. Find out more at horizongranite.com. Call us at 575-650-3180.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here.
Make yourself a beautiful home.
Hi, I'm Ray Bamberg with Here on Earth. I would like to invite you for a free hearing evaluation to our office. We've been here in southern New Mexico for 34 years helping people hear better.
We're back. You're watching Double Talk right here on the Las Cruces channel. And like I said, if you're watching us at 8:30 on Saturday night, we're going to be followed by the Sam Stickler Show, his very first show. And I'm actually his very first guest on his very first show. So I was glad to do that for Sam.
And you're getting paid, right? You're a paid guest, right?
I got paid exactly what he got.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a TV personality.
And the same as you're getting.
Yes.
We all get the same around here. We have a most favored nations contract.
Yes, before
Everybody
you leave,
gets the same.
I'd like to get your autograph.
On a blank check.
Yeah, on a blank check.
Yeah. Now, so Double Talk.
We're remaking this. What's that? Oh, tell us some more about it.
Double Talk opens for Sam Stickler, and then
On
he's got to
Saturday
follow
night?
us. I feel sorry for the guy having to follow this show.
It's
But
tough,
that's
man.
showbiz, baby.
Yes, it's like following Sonia Heine. Who wants to be behind a Heine? Okay, so we're doing the same drink. I forgot what else I put in. Okay, I put in the 2 alcohols, equal amounts of vodka and tequila.
And tequila.
And then,
Crazy vodka.
yeah.
He said crazy vodka.
Because it's crazy because it's made out of
grapes.
Grapes. And those of you who like Ciroc, which is a good vodka.
Good wine. Ciroc.
Vodka.
Ciroc wine.
No, Ciroc is vodka. Anyway.
Syrah. I think it's Syrah.
What? Oh, Syrah is
Syrah
the
wine.
wine grape.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of Cointreau, we're using the famous Luxardo Maraschino liqueur, which is a milder, less citric thing. But we are also going to keep going with the lavender tinge that we
Keeping with the
theme, the latex theme.
Besides, where else are you going to use that
Snappy
stuff?
lavender. I can't figure out, man. That's why it took me so long to get around to making this, because I just have no idea.
What do you do with latex?
With latex?
With
I don't
lavender
know.
aperitif.
You could use latex to keep your kids from running wild. You just tie them up and put chains on them.
Oh, I have better use for latex. If you know what I mean.
I know. What size latex do you wear?
Super Magnum. You had to ask.
Okay, this is slightly cold. I wonder if it's going to have a different color. Nope.
Looks about
It's
the
a
same.
little white, you know. This will be good.
So why isn't this? I thought this would be red. You would think.
You'd think it is,
Like a
but it
maraschino-
never is.
But those maraschino cherries,
No.
they have red dye.
You know, the maraschino cherries, we've talked about Luxardo and their maraschino cherry thing. You can get the cherries in jars this big, $18. We've discussed
For
this
the good
thing.
ones.
Oh, excellent
What
ones.
brand are they?
They're Luxardo ones.
Oh,
They're
Luxardo
made by
ones.
the same company, Luxardo Maraschino
Once
cherries.
you start eating those, buddy.
Those cherries are great. You can throw them in Manhattans. Any good restaurant or any good bar is going to give you a Manhattan with a Luxardo cherry.
You could throw those in anything, it'd be good.
And you take one of those cherries and you go, $18 a bottle? It's worth it.
Now, and once you've had one, yeah.
It's really good.
I mean, you can put one on a flip-flop and it tastes delicious.
What are you thinking? Ooh, this is interesting. This has a different edge to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a more interesting balance.
I think I like it better.
Yeah, me too.
Without the Cointreau, it's Luxardo instead.
That's more exciting.
Luxardo
Yes.
rules.
Those of you who don't have Luxardo, go and get it. It's crucial to making things like the last word.
Can you find this in stores in Las Cruces, Michael?
I think if you go dig,
Like
you still won't find
Walgreens?
it.
Oh, I bet, well, you can't get it at Kelly's, they're closed. Because
Oh, they have it at Kelly's.
they're not an
Oh,
essential business. We'll
No,
get to that in
they're-
a minute.
Yes.
But, you know, the Chinese,
You can still go to Spexa.
you know, the Chinese are testing lab animals with the coronavirus and doing who knows what ungodly things to these poor creatures.
Oh my God.
And after they were done testing, now one story goes, some guy there took and sold the dead animals to the meat markets where they hang up the animals. You know, they'll clean the animals, skin them or
So
whatever,
it wasn't
and
an
sell them in
intent-
the open
you know,
wet
people
market.
are accusing some Chinese thing of starting this, you know, for some reason, just to screw up people.
Well-
but it turns out it was a incredibly stupid.
Yeah, and the other story
Economical
goes
action.
that a person that worked there accidentally gave it to somebody else, who then gave it to somebody at the wet market. They call these wet markets because all the meat is hanging outside,
And
bloody,
it's bloody.
carcasses, like you see here.
You know what the
And-
word for wet is in Chinese?
What?
I think wet, because they call it wet markets.
Oh.
Yeah, it must be it.
And you know, China, you have to hold China responsible for this coronavirus.
For a slip, the laboratory.
You also have to hold them responsible for the SARS virus, because that came out of there too. And they
Yeah.
have yet to apologize or take responsibility
They're
for any of
responsible,
them.
but what can they do? They've been affected just as badly as we had been.
Yeah,
They put 40 million people in quarantine.
They inflicted it on the entire
And
world.
we got it because a lot of people go to China. On the other hand, look at the positive benefits. We no longer have to socialize.
Well, there's that.
You could go on Zoom and you could put a tropical background behind you while you're talking to somebody.
Yeah.
We should do that in this show.
You know, I've been begging Chris, our producer, for a glass shield between Michael and I for the longest time. And all
now
it
we
took
have
was a
it.
little
Now we have
virus. No.
We understand the atmosphere is clearing up. Somebody said you could see the water clearly in Venice. I don't know why that's a problem.
Oh, it's because the tide went out.
I'm guessing they just don't stir up the water anymore with those little sticks, those gondola sticks.
Yeah, they have motorboats now.
Venice, at least Venice is going to be alive. That's a good city.
Well, now, you know, we've been washing our hands. We were commenting earlier before the show started about how dry our hands get from so much washing. But it's better than having dirty hands.
That's true.
But
And
I want to remind people, sure you want to wash your hands before you prepare food, certainly. But you also want to wash your hands after you've read the paper, if you read the morning paper.
that's a good little thing, too.
It's been touched by a lot of people. Believe me, I used to work for the paper. Also, after you handling your mail, that's been touched by a whole lot of people. It's got a lot of germs.
Your mail member?
Mail.
You're just your mail.
No.
Oh, just your mail.
But if you touch my mail member, you have to wash your hands. Before,
Many times.
Not
many
after.
times.
Before.
I would put a Bunsen
Yes.
burner on it for that.
So, you know, mail is almost as filthy as a dollar bill is. And that's pretty dirty.
Yeah, but dollar bills at least have cocaine in them. Remember that. I mean,
That's
didn't
true.
they once say that most dollar bills you can find
Most 20s.
20s?
Nobody snorts with a $1 bill. Like, I mean, come on.
Fancy people like you. Oh, is that what it's for? Oh, I thought it was just buying it. Yeah.
No, that's why you want to wash that COVID down the drain. But, you know, it seems strange. You know, 50,000 people are dead from a virus that you get rid of by washing your hands with soap and water.
It's kind of weird. It's sort of like God wanted us to wash our hands more for everything. You know, you
No,
wonder.
the Chinese wanted us to.
No, God did. Because everything is made by God.
Well-
God creates everything. Don't
Well,
you
if
remember?
we're created in God's image, then he is Chinese. I mean, she is.
Mostly.
There's more Chinese women in the world than any other kind of variety of person. So,
Well, you can't knock that. I mean,
God's
that's
Chinese
a
woman.
cool thing. Chinese women are fine.
awful cute sometimes.
Oh, yes. But if you say that, you know, God wants us to wash our hands. So, you know, do you still wash your hands after you come out of the bathroom, holding your entire own body? Mm-hmm. Do you wash for 20 seconds, or do you just give it like 7? It's you. I mean, do you have COVID on your member? I don't think so. Or on your other stuff? Are we supposed to wash 20 seconds after everything? If you remember Larry David in that movie,
supposed to sing Happy Birthday.
Happy Birthday.
Twice.
Or row, row, row your boat.
I sing it fast, though.
I don't know the lyrics. What are the lyrics?
Happy birthday to me?
No, to me. What do I sing?
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to Mark. Happy birthday. Oh, it's not his birthday. So
now, you know, there's certain businesses that are allowed to remain open. Those are considered to be essential businesses for day-to-day living. Grocery stores.
Interestingly enough, the gardening stores, as well as I believe the athletic stores. I think Dick's is open, and the Five Brothers thing. Is it Five Brothers? What's the one?
No, Big Five.
Big Five?
Yeah, all the grocery stores in town are open. All the gas stations in town are open.
Think about all the things that are not open. Clothes stores.
Clothing stores,
Hence,
yes.
We're wearing identical outfits. They're identical, except I have more light on mine, and it makes it lighter.
Liquor stores may not be open anymore in this state.
It's true. Kelly's isn't open, and Celebrate isn't open. But when you think about it, that's 2 liquor stores that are pretty much only liquor. If they could use half their refrigerators and put like frozen foods
They should
in them.
start selling food in a case like
I think
this.
they have to be licensed for that. The thing is, liquor stores in Texas are open because they don't have liquor stores separate from their. I mean, liquor stores are separate from their
you can't buy liquor
and
in a
Walmart.
grocery store. You used to be able to buy liquor in Walgreens in Texas, not anymore.
So Specs is still open, I believe. I've called them.
Right.
They have a good selection. You can drive down to Specs and not go through any checkpoints, and you don't have to take 2 weeks of quarantine when you get out of Texas.
Yeah, gun stores are not allowed to be open either. Apparently those aren't considered essential.
Not to some people.
But they're in Texas. I'm sure they're open in Texas.
I'm sure they are, but not here,
No,
which is fine.
not
We
here.
don't need, although if everybody else has a gun, I want a gun.
No,
okay, so no liquor.
Do you
Cruise
realize?
ships.
Do you realize
There's
that
still people taking cruises.
No, there's hundreds of people stuck on cruise ships still out there that are not allowed to dock in any ports in the world. So they're floundering out there. It's like they're on a floating jail, getting seasick, and they can't come ashore.
And they can't leave their rooms.
And if they're sick,
they're quarantined.
they can't leave their room. They can't get off. I guess they could dive off if they got close enough.
They get room service.
Is that how it works?
Right,
No more
sir,
buffets?
room service. Yeah, that's got to be expensive, man. Kind of not happy that I own stock in
we were
there.
just talking earlier. You can get a round trip flight to Paris right now for $250. Once you get there, no museum is open. Eiffel Tower closed.
I know. We have reservations for the end of July in Cape Cod. We're
luck.
waiting to see what's going to happen there, man.
Yeah.
I think Boston is on the low end of the curve because nobody ever talks about Boston. Everybody talks about New York and California doing a good job. But Massachusetts, one would think, is a very intellectual state. They would be careful. So we will see what happens.
Stay tuned. If you're watching us at night, stay tuned for the Sam Stickler Show.
He's a riot.
This week with Sam Stickler.
And check us out on YouTube, because we're always on YouTube. You can get all these old recipes. I've done 7, how many years of recipes? 8 or 7?
8 years worth of
8 years
cocktail
worth of
recipes.
cocktail recipes.
That's right. And so we'll say goodbye for now.
Cheers. Good luck, Sam.